So now, my friends, unfortunately, that is all the time that we have for Koi Ghost. However, we're not done with the show because, my friends, it is now time to talk a little bit more about Swimsanity. All right, so we've made some time, if you will, to talk more about an awesome game that we've got for you guys. Again, it is free and it is forever. Say it with me now, Chad. Just say it with me now, okay? It is free and it is forever. These are very important things, all right? Free and forever. Say it in chat. If you're new here, that's how this all works, okay? So go grab Swimsanity #1. We're going to tell you more about it here, but just get the process started. Now, what is it? Well, let me give you the spiel. Okay, we've got a lot of spiels going on here, but I'm going to give you another one. Swimsanity, it's a multiplayer underwater shooter with action-packed co-op and versus game modes, all supported by online and local play. You play as as our hero Muba, who uses a variety of unique power-ups and weapons to survive in this aquatic world. All right? It's an action, adventure, casual indie game, and it is made by Decoy Games. And we, my friends, have brought in just those people. How's it going on, guys?
What's up?
Hey, what's going on?
Thank you guys so much for joining. We've got Ahmed and Khalil here from Decoy Games, and thank you guys so much. It's awesome to see you guys here and have your guys' game. We're going to be talking about a lot here, but first things first. Okay, let's just make it clear. Okay, you're brothers, but you're not twins. The internet needs to know this. It's been said. Let's set it in stone.
Yes, there's a very clear 2-year difference. Let's not get that twisted. 2 years.
And I'm the younger, more handsome one. So let's know this.
You have a lot of time. There's a lot can happen in 2 years. So.
Do we need a straw poll for this? We're not doing that.
Yeah, come on, chat.
One for yes, one for no, and one for 3 for I'm not getting involved. This is too personal. All right, good. Okay, all right. Anyway, so guys, thank you so much for joining. Let's talk about who you guys are. Khalil, if you wouldn't mind, just who are you with this game? What is it that you did specifically with this game to make it be what it is?
Yeah, so we're Decoy Games. We're a 2-man dev studio. This is our first game, Swimsanity, that we released pretty much on everything and all around the world. As you said before, it's a 4-player underwater shooter with competitive and cooperative game modes where you can play with or against your friends. And we're the developers. So we brought this to life. This is actually a passion project of ours that we use to teach ourselves how to make video games. And we just kind of taught ourselves year after year. And this is the crazy idea that we came up with. And now you guys get a chance to enjoy it.
That's amazing. So how how long did it take to actually make this game? Ahmed, if you could talk about that, like just how long was it to make this game? And yeah, what was some of the trials and tribulations?
Yeah, absolutely. So before I talk about that, I just want to completely change the subject because I got a PS5 today. Yeah, I got a PS5 today. Just letting you guys know. So I want to hear the chat, throw it up, and I got it from Walmart. I'm one of those people that always failed every time. So people that are trying, keep going for it. I did PS5 drops on Twitter, and there's this link there. See, I'm giving you guys all the secrets. I'm putting some sanity aside. I'm telling you how to get a PS5.
This is amazing. The people right here being like, yes, listen, you're here for the game, but you all need to know how to get a PS5 because I know what's on your mind. I'm for it.
Hey, I'm a regular dude. I don't got bots. I got it today, so keep trying. But anyway, just wanted to throw it out there. Yeah, so it took us about 8 years to make this game. Like I said, it was Khalil and I just making the game as developers. We had a visual artist on for contract, and the thing we really like with Swimsanity is that it was our first game, and it really did teach us how to code, how to create games, and it was just a really great journey because from the start, and we just wanted to release on one platform, and then as we brought it to conventions, big and small, then we were able to get a contract like with Microsoft for Xbox, and then PlayStation 4, and then Nintendo, and then we wanted to make it online, cross-platform play, and all this stuff. So it was a really cool journey to get that out there and get our first game out. And we're just really proud of what we did.
That's amazing. So we're going to talk more about the game in a little bit, but I actually want to shift gears just for a moment because there's something that you guys do in addition to the game that is really awesome and really noteworthy that I want to give you guys an opportunity, to talk about what Game On is.
Yeah, so Game On, so Game On is an event that we actually put together ourselves, which we plan on doing again once the world, kind of rectifies itself. But basically, we try to put on events and interact with our community, especially with people from marginalized communities who want to get into the game industry. Because a lot of times these people don't know exactly how to get in, whether because they don't have the right outlets or they don't have the right role models. And we believe in creating excellence by showcasing excellence. So we got together a lot of different individuals in the industry from communities that aren't usually represented, whether it's the VP of gaming of the NFL attended, Hip Hop Gamer attended, other great streamers and people in the industry participated as well, and they just gave a lot of experiences and advice. And, they were able to interact with the people who were watching and really give, just awesome stories and stuff from their past. And, this is something that we plan on doing and coming back to again. It was held in the Microsoft building in New York, partnered with Unity. And we just felt like it was a really awesome gathering and event. And we learned a lot ourselves. So
that's fantastic. That's absolutely fantastic. And now with all of this, as this grows, okay, I actually just have to ask the belt. I saw the belt, thought, what is that? I gotta
That's
know.
Hip Hop Gamer, man. Yeah, shout out to Hip Hop Gamer. He's Hip Hop Gamer. He's an amazing influencer. He always carries his belt, and he has an amazing story too because he learned that he has his grandma on his belt because his grandma taught him how to play games, and he has so much energy. Been in the industry for a long time. So shout out to Hip Hop Gamer. Shout out to all the panelists up there. As Khalil said, we had the VP of NFL up there. Shout out to Jay Watts, best friend out there on the Coexist Gaming. Shout out to them. It was such an amazing event. As Khalil said, we just want to shine light on marginalized communities, and we feel like we want to be thought leaders in this space to show you that people of all places can come and make great games.
Absolutely. And I think considering the dialogue that's happening right now and the month that we're in, it's important that we highlight this. That's fantastic. That's really good. And I wish you guys all of the success as you guys go on and the world works its crap out so we can get back to the good stuff, right? And to improving on the parts that we should be improving on. So
for sure.
With any of that, aside from that, let's go ahead and take a look at the game as we continue to talk a little bit more about it. So we got Barry on standby. Barry, you there? There, he's already fighting.
Oh, he's already halfway through the level.
Don't die, Barry.
He's a pro.
So, okay, I gotta ask. You said this is your first game. Now, this game, art-wise, is beautiful. Like, really, really good. Rob was talking about this. Rob actually used to be a game designer, a developer himself. And still kind of is. And the quality, the animations, and the art style is really good. Like, was that something that you guys had already had like previous training on, or was it just a learn as you went?
Yeah, every aspect of the game. Yeah, every aspect of the game was just kind of self-taught. I mean, I can show you what the game looked like when we first started in different iterations. You wouldn't even believe it was made by the same people, and that's just more a testament of us just being really willing and ready to learn and willing to, you know, throw things away and start them over again after we did learn new skills. And yeah, it took a while for us to pick up some of these skills, but yeah, we basically a lot of iterations, I guess, is really the way to address that.
Yeah, just trial and error, and you know, pick yourself up and keep going and improve. Yeah,
sure.
like
Definitely.
So, you know, considering that and talking about that, what was like? Give us an example of something that was just one of the most ridiculous like learning curves or trials that you guys had to make it through as you were developing this.
Online play was definitely one of the bigger ones because we actually had our game pretty much complete, and we decided to go with an engine that had like rollback netcode on there. So we had to really redo the entire foundation of the code. That was challenging, and just launching to a wide audience is always pretty tough because you can't test for that, right? I mean, we had issues where we didn't have enough dev kits to really test for players because just me and my brother. So when you have an issue that's only a bug on like say 4 Xboxes, like there's no way for us to test it because we can only afford 2 at the time. So those are real issues indies face, and when you're trying to release something at a scale that actually has, you know, online play and people expect the same experience, you know, it's little stuff like that you have to make sure that you try to test. But cross-platform play really helped us test those things, but that was definitely one of the biggest challenges.
I think one of the big challenges for me was like the importance of simplicity in gaming. I think when we first started, there was like so much, and you guys are going to think we're crazy saying this because it is like a lot of stuff going on the screen kind of game, but there was so much going on in some of our early versions, and the game was kind of made better as we simplified and took things out. Even when it came to like the backgrounds and stuff, our backgrounds became better when we made them more and more simple. And there's like beauty and simplicity in gaming. That's one of the things we learned as we were making this.
Absolutely. I mean, I think that, you know, I would imagine that any developer would say that one of the hardest things, I mean, any creator, honestly, is the idea of, to some extent, feature creep, right? Or scope creep, right? Where you're like, oh, this would be super cool. Oh, this would be super cool. Ah! And you're like, I would never be able to make all of this happen. Like, you know.
Well, it's hard when it's your first game, right? Because you're learning stuff as you go, and of course you want to, you know, put what you just learned into the game. So anytime you learn something, you're like, oh, let's try this new like shader out, or you know, let's try this new effect out, and then you get this like Frankenstein thing of all these different things that you learn. But then you have to sit back and say, all right, we have to put our pride aside, and you know, kind of throw out some of these extra things and kind of just focus on a couple of great things.
Yeah, absolutely, and I know that a lot of players out there appreciate that when you can focus on the good things, on the really, really top tier things that a game has to offer. You whittle down to the real core content of that and focus on that. That's the best. That way we can live in the flow, right? You live in that center spot where all of that exists, and avoid any distraction, which is like, that's awesome. That's super cool. So now specifically about the game here, I gotta ask, so story-wise, what is going on? Why are we here doing this?
Yeah, go ahead, Ahmed.
Yeah, so when we started the game, it's funny because when it all started, I mean, it was just a really simple arcade game. And Khalil created this game called Muba Jiva, the Scuba Diver. And it was this guy that just went down and grabbed gold and brought it up to his boat, and it's really addicting. And then it moved to...
It's so good.
Yeah. Don't tell Khalil that. Don't get him on his high horse. Don't act like it's that great. So at that point, it turned into a multiplayer game, and we created these characters called Mubas. And to be honest, we started going there like, all right, there's probably not going to be a story that makes complete sense, but let's make a world where we can just kind of build a great experience. So we basically have these Muba underwater heroes that are kind of battling out in this really aquatic universe, and all these party modes that you can play either cooperatively or competitively. We really just wanted to bring it back to old school games where people just jump in, they're like, this is a cool world, let's have fun.
Yeah. Again, like wrapping it back around to the simplicity aspect, like, you know, did anybody actually know why we were playing in Donkey Kong? Like what, like other than like bananas, like or like Mega Man or anything like that? Like I guess Mega Man had a precursor, but like the back of the day, you're absolutely right. Like that was just like you just played and you're like, I go right. Cool.
Exactly.
That's it, you know? So I feel that.
Exactly.
I dig that. You're focusing a lot more on the gameplay mechanics, the fun intrinsically had in the game, and that's a really cool thing to see. It's not as common anymore, you know? Like we almost kind of live in a world where context is like expected, you know? It's just you have to have it or something. I don't know.
It's a balance.
Yeah,
There's a fair balance between the two.
Absolutely. So as we go through this, with the multiplayer aspect,
he's doing really good. Like he's doing really good.
He's actually doing pretty good at solo play.
Is this like a boss area or a mini boss or something?
This is a little mini boss.
Yes.
Yeah. I mean, he's about to hit the boss if he survives. Which I have faith. I have faith he will survive.
He's been practicing. Yeah, this game, honestly, definitely best play of 4 players. And right now he's doing it solo, which is something when we first came out the game, we focused so much on the multiplayer play and we added solo play after, because people did like trying to beat it with one player, and he's doing good. He's got one more life left.
Is the difficulty scaled for multiplayer still?
It is, yeah. So
Yes.
when you're on solo play, you see how he has those like lives? He actually gets 3 respawns when he's on solo. Also, some of the boss battles, like the one he's about to hit right now, those actually, like their health is scaled down for single player. So yeah, there's definitely some difficulty adjustments for solo play. But you know, playing with your friends is always more fun, regardless of the game.
Absolutely. Okay, now I gotta ask, the inspiration for like the art style, like this is incredible. I don't know. I feel like I don't know, man. I gotta ask, like, where did this come from?
There's a lot, because I mean, we were making games when like indies were just hitting the scene with like Xbox Live Arcade and stuff. So Castle Crashers, which like was a big one as far as like just the environment and stuff. With the backgrounds, we actually got a lot of inspiration from games like Rayman Legends, just to how they actually handled like depth perception and stuff like that. You know, some things from the character were inspired by things like Mega Man and Power Rangers. So a little bit of everything with the influences.
Did Rob get that right on the nose when he said it's oh, there goes Barry. Sad panda. Okay, so but I gotta ask though is, did Rob get that like right on the nose where he's just like, it's kind of like Power Rangers and Mega Man? Like, was that part of your guys' inspiration?
Yeah, for sure. No, definitely. And you see, if you have like a 4-player game, you'll see all 4 players do their unleashes together. So Power Rangers was a huge inspiration there, and Mega Man. That was basically the mix. So we wanted to get the colors and stuff from both.
That's dope.
Mega Man was
Rob.
really just a Power Ranger, right? Mega Man was pretty much just a Power Ranger without any friends.
Dude, don't do that to me right now. I am a Mega Man like nerd. Like I don't know what to do with that information. Don't think you're wrong, man.
Just wait, Mega Man 12. They'll let you know.
Wait, is that the one? Is that the fan created one that's like really hard? I only got to
No,
11.
Mega Man 12. Mega Man 12 is going to be the next Mega Man where he meets his brothers, the Power Rangers.
Cool, just making up stuff.
Right, okay, I get what you're saying now. All right, cool. I just went to another zip code for a second. I'm back, though. It's nice to be here. Anyway, so I do actually have some people talking. Why isn't anybody talking in the chat? A, we're watching this awesome gameplay with Barry right now. And B, I was just waiting to ask, do you guys have any questions about this game? Because this is a stream right now. And we would love to ask some questions on your guys' behalf. There's a title, Power Rangers and Megaforce. Oh no. See, that's what's happening right now. It's you're slowly merging them into one.
There you go. Get some titles for Mega Man 12.
I actually do have to ask, while they're loading up their questions here, I do have to ask, Bold move to make a game that is all of a swimming level.
Yes.
Why was that? How, like, that's a very specific kind of a platformer. What made you want to do that?
Well, first and foremost, I think the whole myth about all underwater games being bad, it's all about what kind of experience that you're having. Like swimming mechanics usually are bad in games, but honestly, this game could have been called Swimsanity and it probably would have controlled the same. So it's not like we have you like tapping A to keep going up or anything like that. Other than that, the game that I was inspired off of was, like I said, it was Mario battling against an octopus under the water. So I had to stay true to the roots. And it just kind of gave us a lot of cool creativity to create a bunch of just weird sea creatures and stuff, and opens up the door for some cool new bosses and stuff like that too.
Awesome. I do have a question for you from Pointless Act. Says, what is the one thing that you wish you could have included in the game but didn't get to?
Skins for the characters.
Yeah, for sure. Yeah, the ability to definitely customize your characters and do more with kind of the customization there. And if we come out with a sequel, definitely something you'll see in there.
Swimsanity? Did you just leak
Swimsanity.
that?
Hey,
Is that what just happened there?
Say, I don't know. You know where it's broken. You know the news is broken right here. It was on Prime Gaming.
So, how did you learn to build video games? It says Letta J Music. I've always wanted to build games.
Yeah, man, that is, shout out to Jay Watts. That would be YouTube University, man. YouTube University. That's what we like to say. You just go online, find a lot of videos. For us, our background was in computer science, but we had to learn the gaming side just from looking at videos, and we did Unity game engine. So that was one of the areas where we just, kept trying to develop. And as Khalil said, if he showed you pictures of this game and our first iteration versus our second, it looked nothing like this. So, we just hope our story is just a matter of everyone just not to give up and, go out there. And if you want to make games, just give it a shot and start going to different, gatherings and things like that and play around. And you might learn from other people and get together a team. There's a bunch of awesome game jams and stuff out there. So, there's so many ways to make games.
Yeah, and I think, like I said, that's with anything, not just making games. If you want to be a game developer, if you want to be a streamer, you want to learn how to make microwaves. Like everything is online now, and you can go online and just say, "How do I do whatever your passion is?" Go and learn how to do it. There's no excuse not to learn anymore. Everything's just free and available now. So, YouTube University it up.
I would stop watching your microwave playlist. So.
I would agree with that. And I think that right now, speaking to anybody who's doing anything in regards to, something you can find a tutorial for online, I think it's almost necessary now for people to be that, have that ability to grow and be self-taught in the way that you guys did. You did for yourselves. So, unfortunately, that is all the time we have. But guys, I'm going to send it to each and every one of you guys to tell us about who you are again, where to follow you, and all that information. So, Khalil, let us know what's up.
We are Decoy Games. You guys can follow us at Decoy Games on Facebook, Twitter, Decoy Games _official on Instagram. Also get yourself some really cool swag for Decoy Games and Swimsanity from Decoy Apparel on Twitter. Also, if you guys want to talk to us, come join us on Discord. Just search Swimsanity. We're always up there talking when we should be working. So hit us up.
Awesome. Thank you guys so much for joining. I really appreciate it. Everybody go grab Swimsanity on Prime Gaming. It's free. It's forever. Go claim it. All right? Good stuff. Thank you guys so much. I hope you have a wonderful day.
Yes, sir. Take care, y'all.